children's author. I've been part of Girl Guiding since I joined Brownies at 7 years old. And I've also been a Brownie and Guide leader for the last 28 years. Woo! Girl Guiding actually helped me to start my writing career. I hadn't written much since I left school, but 25 years ago, I wrote a pantomime for my guides to put on at Christmas and fell in love with writing again. Back in 2017, at the age of 14, my daughter Ash came out as a trans girl. This wasn't something we were expecting, and although we were supportive, we felt like we were navigating something very new and uncertain. One of the things that helped me enormously was Girl Guiding's wholehearted support for trans girls and leaders. I really felt that Girl Guiding was fighting on behalf of my family at the time. There was so much anger in the media, although not as much as there is now. But Girl Guiding kept speaking out for trans girls, making it clear that they were welcome, that they belonged. I loved that. It had a huge effect on my mental health, that an organisation that had supported me for so many years was now supporting my family too. Ash has not been involved in Girl Guiding, as she joined Scouts before she came out as trans. But she's told me how much it helped her too, knowing that she could have belonged with us and that she wished she had. Ash has asked me to read this for her. An important part that's not brought up enough is that this is tied in with the government restricting trans healthcare. Restrictions on medical transition directly impact trans people's ability to pass and to function within the society we live in. A wealth of research supports the fact that access to medical transition is correlated with more positive mental health outcomes in trans people, but it also just allows trans kids to be kids. A young trans girl just wants to hang out with her friends without being yelled at by anti-trans activists or having to hide her wrongly developing body because Webb Streeting wants her to suffer. The sight of a pride parade may instill disgust in transphobes, but what actually strikes fear into them is the concept of a trans person just existing happily next to them. They want trans people to be instantly identifiable so that we can be targeted for discrimination. They want us to be prevented from learning about the concept of being trans in schools, from accessing community through organisations like Guides, and overall, they want us to be isolated and unable to fight back. I'm sure you can imagine how sad it is to hear your child speak about themselves in that way. I've spent the last 2.5 years writing a book about the guides who worked at MI5 during the First World War. I've been so excited and happy about it, bringing two sides of my life together at last. The guides in my book are everyday girls who want the opportunity to make a difference to the war effort, like their fathers and brothers. Their leaders and the older guides in their company are the pioneers, the girls who saw what Scouting offered for boys and decided they wanted those opportunities for friendship, adventure and service too, and they demanded it. They didn't care that they were being called unwomanly or being laughed at. They fought for what they knew they deserved, and they made themselves a space of their own. Just over 100 years later, we're still fighting. Girl Guiding is proud to support today's girls who are facing unparalleled levels of harassment and abuse, and give them a place to be themselves with their friends. Until 2 weeks ago, that support and companionship was open to trans girls too, as it should be. We know that Girl Guiding has been attacked for welcoming trans girls and leaders ever since the Supreme Court judgment, but I have been so proud that we remained inclusive despite the relentless bullying. I feel desperately let down by Girl Guiding's decision, but that's nothing to how trans members are feeling. I'm so grateful that all of us are here today and at other protests across the country and online to show Girl Guiding that we want to fight again, the same way we did at the very beginning. Thank you.